What's up guys, it's Bye here. Today's video I will tell you what I think is the best 5 marches setup for open field fighting as of right now. And I will give you guys some reason on why they are so strong on the field and why they can be a very good investment for a long term. So let's go here. So you can see right here the 5 marches setup right here. So first, I think the strongest open field matches right now on the field is definitely XY, William. Both commanders come with very strong AoE skill damage. XY also provide a very strong debuff. And on the other hand, William provide a very strong buff for all of your 5 marches. Definitely the strongest open field marches right now. Right before it was Guan and Alex, but XY and William have take the crown to be the strongest open field marches as of right now. And if you are thinking of like investing into like a very strong open field marches, X1 William is the first market I would recommend anybody to invest on right now. And Z2 commanders will definitely going to last you for a long time. One of the reason why I am going to get them, even though I kind of like I am trying to like play a catch-up game here, but hey, I strongly believe Z2 commanders gonna be there for a long time. So that is the first march. The second march gonna be Guan Alex. Guan Alex used to be my number one march to go to on the field. They are still very strong, but I still think X1 William is slightly better than them as of right now, because both of X1 William can do very high AoE skill damage and they bring in a lot more. Guan Alex still doing very well with Guan with like very strong AoE skill damage with the 3-second silent, like 2000 AoE skill damage, very strong. Alex, even though Alex doesn't have his active skill doesn't deal any skill damage, but his second skill can deal a decent amount of skill damage as well. So this one is also like a very high skill damage pair right here. Very fast as well. Both Guan and Alex have that march speed bonus for infantry. So your infantry is not gonna be like stay behind the rest of the other marches there. So very good investment for you. I would recommend. I would strongly recommend anybody just to, even if you like just start the game nowadays. You might think, oh, there might be like future commanders that might come out and bear. No, Guan Alex gonna be there for a long time as well, right? I think this pair is gonna be there until you can get like some crazy commander. Even if there's like some crazy commander coming out, Guan Alex will still gonna be there. Very strong, right? I think I've been using Guan Alex for at least a year and a half now, and they still very, I would say very good on the field, right? Very high skill damage from Guan, very good single DPS from Alex, plus the debuff on the enemy, on his expertise, very strong pair. But again, right, I still think X1 William is slightly better than Guan Alex. Like he coming from an infantry focused guys, I had to give it to X1 William right now. Very strong. The next pair is going to be Pakal and Harald. Fast, right? Both commander come with mobility, march speed bonus from both commander here, so your infantry got to be pretty fast as well. Pakal also dealing high skill damage, plus Harald also dealing skill damage. Pakal coming with that anti-swarming mechanic. This pair you can also be used for rally, right? One of very strong infantry rally pair right now. So you can invest into like a rally pair in case you want to, whatever reason you want to rally a structure in KvK and you have a good crystal tech. You might go ahead and launch a Pakal and Harald rally, and you still gotta do well, right? Very strong rally pair here, and also can do very well on the open field. I would love to get Pakal, but as of right now, I am focusing on getting XY because I don't have him yet. As I mentioned, right, X1 William is gonna be a very strong pair for a long time, so I would definitely get this pair here up first before even considering investing into my Pakal. Pakal and Harald, right? One thing that can work really well with Pakal and Harald is that Pakal expertise can work very well with Harald 4 skill. Harald 4 skill have a 20% chance to trigger his active skill again. So whenever you using your active skill Pakal expertise got kicked in, which is very, very nice. You getting that 20% increased scout attack damage, kind of like an anti-swarming mechanic there. And at the same time, Pakal also come with the defense talent tree. And in the defense talent tree, you have that medical supply. Let's go back to the talent tree here for Pakal, so you know what I'm talking about. Where is my Pakal at? Pakal. Here come Pakal. So one of the things come with the defense talent tree is the medical supply. After using a skill, healing a portion of slide unit factor 200 factor there. So whenever your hero 4 skill kick in, you got be able to trigger Pakal talent for the defense talent, and you're also able to trigger Pakal expertise skill, right? So the two commander can work very, very well together, especially on the open field as well. Here's the skills that can work really well, which kind of make like a very, very good synergy there, and very, very good DPS from the two commander. Consider how high attack your hero can get. Pakal and hero do very, very well on the open field right now, from what I'm seeing. So definitely like a very, very strong pair right there. If you consider to invest into like a very, very strong open field marches, and at the same time you want to invest into like a rally pair, Pakal and hero is the way to go. Okay. The next one, we're going to have Nebu and YSG. So most of the people, you already invested in YSG already, right? So most of us have expertise at YSG, and if you want to get like a strong archer commander pair, Nebu is probably one of your best choice here. Very, very strong on the open field right now, right? Very, very strong pair for archer. He also comes with the extra mobility as well, with the 15% march speed bonus increase. So like a very, very decent, like not super fast archer pair, but like decent moving speed, like archer pair, and can deal very, very high AoE skill damage from both commanders, just because both commander can deal AoE skill damage, and YSG just work very, very well with any commanders that can deal decent amount of like AoE skill damage. So these two commander right now, from what I'm seeing so far on the field, doing pretty well. And definitely is the next march that I'll be investing on. Definitely. Because I have a expertise YSG already, and I would love to get another archer commander that I can use with YSG, so that I can utilize on that archer attack buff, right, from his second skill. Before I used to run like Charmatel YSG, but then I'm running infantry, and when the second skill kick in, I'm getting that archer attack increase 100% for like 3 seconds. I mean, like, if I'm running infantry, I'm not getting that 100% increased attack for archer. So definitely not the best choice. Most optimized to run Charmatel and YSG using infantry. But if you got an archer commander like Nebu, right, Nebu YSG work very well right now, and I've seen a lot of people using it, and they do well, especially in Sunset Cannon, right? Nebu YSG back row is just dishing out so much AoE skill damage. It's crazy, guys. And the last pair that I think that do really well right now on the field definitely has to be Amanitore and Artemisia. I recently expertise Amanitore, and I have a nothing but great thing to tell you guys about Amanitore. She is so good. As the moment you expertise her, and you can pair her with decent, high enough Artemisia, they just killing it on the open field. And one good thing about this pair is that they can garrison. So they can garrison your city, they can also garrison the flag, right? So let's say you be like, oh, I also want to be a garrison commander in the future somehow. Amanitore, Artemisia can be a very, very good investment. I would strongly recommend you guys to invest in Amanitore first. I would see people running Amanitore and YSE for garrison as well. So I would definitely go for the Amanitore first before Artemisia. I feel like I need my Amanitore to be expertise before my Artemisia can even consider to be like great in the open field, like for an archer player, right? So very, very solid open field pair with a lot of AoE skill damage from these two here, and crazy like damage boost from both commander here, right? Amanitore giving 20% increased damage, and Artemisia have that like 50% chance to increase the damage by 50%. Like when the skill kick in, it's just you just packing a whole like a big punch to the enemy right there. It's just crazy, right? I think a very, very strong archer pair here. Definitely, right? Like this is the current lineup here, and if you pay attention here, right, my 5 magic setup have a very, very high skill damage, right? All of the commanders in my setup have a very, very high skill damage. So like, one thing that working really well right now for commander choice is that you gotta have a high skill damage commanders because of the KvK buff. That like 40%, 50% damage increase from the KvK buff can work very well if your commanders can deal skill damage, because it just boosts up your damage by 4. You just gain a 50% damage boost right there for your skill damage, right? They just work so much better compared to some of the other commanders that doesn't do skill damage, right? Like for example, Richard right now, right? Like his active skill deals 0 skill damage, so you're not taking advantage of that 50% damage increase in KvK. It just doesn't work very well anymore. So this is what I'm running, or what I'm planning to be running in the future. That if I can get all of the commanders to the usable state here. Right now I have Amanitore, Artemisia is very, very good. I have a Guan, an Alex, right? I have a Oasis, but I'm running him with someone else. XY and William is the ones that I am going to be working on in the next couple months, trying to get them to usable. Then I can start using them on the open field. So that is my plan, right? And I would recommend you guys, because you are running 2 infantry, 1 cavalry, and 2 archer setup here. So I strongly believe the best skin for you to run this setup is the season 1 C skin, the Twilight Force. Twilight Force, right here, right? So if you have that setup, I would strongly recommend you guys to go for this city skin right here. That give you a 5% more skill damage. Consider how much skill damage you packing in your setup already. Now you're giving them an extra 5% more skill damage. Damn. And if you could switch civilization, you should definitely consider switching to Ottoman Empire. You gonna get that 5% archer increase. You're going to get that 5% march speed bonus, which work for all of your troop type, and also another 5% skill damage. Ottoman Empire is broken for mixed troop, okay? So if that is the setup you'll be running for the future, consider switching to Ottoman Empire, right? Is there like an event right now for you to get that civilization change, right? So if you get this one already, right, and you do plan on like running mixed marches with like very, very high skill damage in the future, saving that civilization switch score, and you can change it in the future, guys. That is definitely my future plan right now. That if I can, I did wish that I can magically getting all the commander in this list right here, so that I can start like doing everything I want. But it's gonna take me some time. It's gonna take me some time to get the commander I am listing here. But hey, in the meantime, right, you can use what you have. If you are interested into like seeing what I'll be using in my next KvK, stay tuned and watch out for the future video, guys. Right, I'll show you guys what I will be using with what I have. Right, like I would love to have this lineup right here that I can use in KvK, but hey, guys, I don't have a lot of like universal sculpture to just working on all of these commander at the same time. That is a hard reality right here. We just have to like, make the best use of what we have. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the videos, and thanks for watching. Peace.